I just wanted to come to you today, and actually we're going to go somewhere, but first I want to tell you why we're going where we're going to go. Okay, in Proverbs 31, right here, it says, the epilogue of the noble character wife, the wife of noble character. A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth more than rubies. She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good and not harm all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still dark and provides food for her family and portions for her servant girls. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand she holds a distaff and grabs a spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she can laugh at all the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household, and she does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Okay, this is the NIV, and a lot of times, because not everyone understands the NIV really good, it's nice to have a steady help or like a study guide. I use the Message to kind of study with, because sometimes I'll read something in the NIV and I'll have to read it like 5 or 6 times because I don't really understand it, I don't get it. But if I contrast that with the Message version, a lot of times it's a little bit easier for me to understand and comprehend, and it just helps me a lot, so maybe it'll help you. So we're going to try the Message version, and it says, a hymn to a good wife. A good woman is hard to find and worth far more than diamonds. Her husband trusts her without reserve and never has reason to regret it. Never spiteful, she treats him generously all her life long. She shops around for the best yarns and cottons and enjoys knitting and sewing. She's like a trading ship that sails to faraway places and brings back exotic surprises. She's up before dawn, preparing breakfast for her family and organizing her day. She looks for a field and she buys it. Then, with the money she's put aside, she plants a garden. The first thing in the morning, she dresses for work. She rolls up her sleeves, eager to get started. She senses the worth of her work, is in no hurry to call it quits for the day. She's skilled in the crafts of home and hearth, diligent in homemaking. She's quick to assist anyone in need. She reaches out to help the poor. She doesn't worry about her family when it snows. Their winter clothes are mended and ready to wear. She makes her own clothing and dresses in colorful linens and silks. Her husband is greatly respected when he deliberates with the city fathers. She designs gowns and she sells them. She brings sweaters she knits to the dress shops. Her clothes are well made and elegant. She always faces tomorrow with a smile. When she speaks, she has something worthwhile to say. She always says it kindly. She keeps an eye on everyone in her household and keeps them busy and productive. Her children respect and bless her. Her husband joins in with words of praise. Many women have done wonderful things, but you've outclassed them all. Charm can mislead, and beauty soon fades. The woman to be admired and praised is the woman who lives in the fear of God. Give her everything she deserves. Festoon her life with praises. Okay, now there's a bunch of different parts of the Bible, and especially this passage that really stick out to me and have my whole life. Most of you who know me know that this is my favorite verse in the whole Bible, because ever since a little girl, it's something I've always admired and respected. Like, people have celebrities that they follow and they want to be, and maybe idols or role models, or just somebody that has been an example to them. This scripture has been an example to me pretty much my entire life. It just is the woman I want to be. And she has a face. She's me. She's just the me that God wants me to be, and not the me that the world wants me to be. So I encourage you, if you don't have a role model, and even if you do, I really encourage you to allow this to be a role model to you. Instead of focusing on like a pop star or celebrity, I encourage you to focus on the Bible, because it's the only thing that isn't going to let you down. There's pop stars that will change, they'll be wholesome, and they'll have values, and then they'll completely flip the script, and they'll just be horrible, and they'll lie, and they'll steal, and they'll do drugs and alcohol, and they'll just go crazy wild. And that's not really a good role model. You don't want to model your life after that, because goodness gracious, I mean, you'll be as messed up as they are. But this Bible, the Word of God, is a tangible fruit that's healthy for us, and when we eat it and when we digest it, it changes our life and it makes us healthy. And we're not going to fail when we look to this. When we look to the world, when we look to pop stars and celebrities as our blueprint or our example, we're going to fail, because they're not perfect. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes. We all make bad choices. But the Bible will help us not to make bad choices. So I want to just encourage you. There's a couple of scriptures that really stick out to me. A good woman is hard to find. Guys, if you're out there, a good woman is hard to find, and you're not going to find her unless you give it to God and you ask God to help you and to lead you to who He wants you to be with. So that's very important. And our worth is far more than diamonds. God values us over everything else in the world. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't care about that kind of stuff. He cares about who we are and who we become, and that we're prospering instead of spiraling out of control. He wants us to succeed, because our worth is precious, and we should always find our worth in Him and not in the world, because the world will lie to us. Another thing, her husband trusts her without reserve and never has reason to regret it. Trust is so big. I encourage you, if you've lied in the past, make those lies right. Tell the truth, because if somebody can't trust you, it's really hard to be your friend. It's really hard to do anything with you, because if you can't be trusted, if you just lie all the time, nobody's going to want to be around you. So stop lying. And, everyone lies. I understand that. But there's a point where you decide, okay, this isn't worth it. It isn't worth the lie. I'd rather live in truth, because Satan is the father of lies, and we don't want to be serving him. We want to be serving God, who's the father of all truth and love. Okay, she shops around for the best yarns and cottons and enjoys knitting and sewing. I skipped one. Never spiteful. She treats him generously all her life long. Let's not be spiteful. That's ugly. Like a trading ship that sails to faraway places, she brings back exotic surprises. I'm going to come back to this one, and I'm going to come back to another one, because that's actually our surprise for today. She's up before dawn preparing breakfast for her family and organizing her day. She looks over a field and buys it. Then, with the money she's put aside, she plants a garden. We're going to come back to that one too. First thing in the morning, she dresses for work. She rolls up her sleeves, eager to get started. She senses her worth of her work and is in no hurry to call it quits for the day. There's something to be said about when you work for the Lord and not for man. I just think it's a good way to be, because when you work for man, you can get let down. Your boss can hurt your feelings. They could fire you. Been there, done that. So definitely work as unto the Lord. Regardless of what happens around you, make sure that you're working for Him and not for people, because like I said, people will let you down, because people aren't perfect. She senses the worth of her work. Know your worth and know the worth of your work, and take pride in that. Not haughty pride, but just pride that you want to do the best you can. She's skilled in the crafts of home and earth, and she's diligent in homemaking. Ladies, make your home. Decorate it. Don't spend a lot of money doing it, but decorate it. Be creative. Go on Pinterest, go on Google, make things with your hands, because there's something to be said about a woman making her house. It's just nice. She doesn't worry about her family. When it snows, the winter clothes are all mended and ready to wear. That's important. Have clothes that fit your spouse. Don't wear things that are too tight or immodest, because let's remember, modest is hottest. I skipped another one. She is quick to assist anyone in need and reaches out to the poor. It's very important. If there's people around you that need your help, help them. But know when they're taking advantage of you, and know when you're enabling them. Always help them to help themselves. And you know when somebody really needs help and when somebody is just lazy. And make sure that you're not enabling lazy people. Let's see. She doesn't worry about her family when it snows. I already read that. She makes her own clothing and she dresses in colorful linens. Everyone that knows me knows the brighter the color, the happier I am. Yellow, happy. Pink, happy. Bright colors just make me happy, and I hope they make you happy too. And if they do, try to color your wardrobe to make you happy. Wear something bright that when you look at it you smile, because you'll smile all day long, and smiles are beautiful. Let's see. Her husband is greatly respected when he deliberates with the city fathers. It's very important for us women to not belittle or put down our husbands. That's something that I'm learning a great deal about now after being married. So definitely don't put down your husband. I know it's hard when they make you mad or they hurt your feelings, but don't put them down. Lift them up, encourage them, just be a blessing to them. Be an awesome wife. Be a Proverbs 31 wife, a biblical wife. Okay, it says she designs gowns and sells them and brings in the sweater she knits to the dress shops. A lot of people call that a hustler. If you hustle and you work hard and you save money and you just work, but not necessarily to gain, but to prepare for your family, to store up for the winter, to prepare for college, to prepare for a savings fund, a security fund, a college tuition. Those are things that you can save for. Okay, let's see. Her clothes are well made and elegant, and she always faces tomorrow with a smile. Again, smile. Let's see. When she speaks, she has something worthwhile to say, and she always says it kindly. Women, we really need to stop gossiping. Oh my goodness gracious. I've fell victim to it. Everybody has, I'm sure. But we gotta stop gossiping about ourselves, about each other. It's just not good. When you put down people with your words, you don't realize the bad things that you're doing. When you lift people up with your words, you're putting a blessing on them. So always use your words and speak life to everything and to everyone. She keeps an eye on everyone in her household and keeps them all busy and productive. Have things for your household to do. If you're a mom, have things, fun things, creative things for your kids to do. And if you're not a mom yet, be a big sister, be a big brother. There's so many kids out there that need somebody just to love on them and to help them. Her children respect and bless her. Her husband joins in with words of praise. Many women have done wonderful things, but you've outclassed them all. It's so important to be classy, especially in today's society where people are just throwing their, I don't want to say dignity, but kind of throwing who they are away because they want to look sexy or they want to attract a certain type of guy that's only attracted to immodest clothing. Don't do that. That's not classy. And the enemy wants you to dress like that so people don't respect you. When you wear a scarf or when you wear clothing that fits you, you're being modest, you're being classy. And I'm telling you, people will respect you more for that, okay? Now it says, her children respect and bless her. Many women have done wonderful things, but you've outclassed them all. Charm can mislead and beauty soon fades. Because let's face it, we're not going to look like we're 16 our whole lives. Because we're not supposed to. And that's good. We shouldn't put all of our worth or all of our value inside of our beauty or what we look like. We shouldn't do that. That's not good. Okay, so it says here that the woman to be admired and praised is a woman who lives in fear of God. Give her everything she deserves and festoon her life with praises. Now, that's not a fear where you're scared, or like a haunted house or something crazy like that, which I do not believe in, by the way. But that's not that kind of fear. It's not a scared or it's just not a bad fear. It's a reverence. It's a knowing that you want to please God and that you want to bring Him glory with your life. So I just want to say that that's not like a scared fear. That's a happy fear. It's a fear that like you don't want to get in trouble with your parents kind of thing. Okay, so I know that I'm in this parking lot and you're probably wondering, Ashley Dawn, why are you in a parking lot reading your Bible with a camera? Because it's kind of weird. Well, newsflash, Ashley Dawn is weird. But I got a new camera, which is super duper awesome because my old camera got stolen. But I know that that was just the enemy's attempt to defeat my ministry, but he didn't win. So we're in this parking lot because, oops, I forgot. So we're in this parking lot because I wanted to talk to you today about something that I'm very passionate about, something that I just love and I enjoy, and I want to bring you back to the two things I said we'd come back to. And they are, she's like a trading ship that sails to faraway places and brings back exotic surprises. When I was a little girl, my dad would take me to Goodwill, and it was so exciting for me to find these treasures that people just donated and gave away because you couldn't buy them in a store, and it was exciting, and they were like 25 cents and they were super cheap, and I could get a lot of them, and it was awesome, and I saved money. But it was just exciting for me to find something. It was like treasure hunting. Okay, and then I said I wanted to go back to, where is it? Oh, she looks over a field and buys it, and then with the money she's put aside, plants a garden. With that, it's couponing, and a woman who's thrifty. When you look over a field and buy it, you don't get the first field you see. You don't go to the field shop and say, hey, what's the nicest field you have? You look for it. You search for the right field that's going to be in your budget, but that's going to save you money too. And so with that said, the Proverbs 31 woman is very thrifty. She doesn't go in debt. She doesn't squander her money away. She's very thrifty, and she saves money, and she goes to thrift stores, which is what we're doing today. It's one of my favorite things to do. So she goes to thrift stores and she buys things on sale and she saves money. And when she does that, sorry for the big truck's noise that's next to me, but anyway, when she does that, she saves money for her household and she saves money for her family. And that's super duper important because as a wife, as a woman, it's really our job to be thrifty and to save money. And it's fun. It's exciting to go to places and to find treasures and to find them for very inexpensive. For instance, this jacket that is so cute, super cute, right? You'd never believe it, but I paid $2 for it, okay? The shirt underneath, I paid $3 for. I mean, you don't have to spend a ton of money to look nice. What else did I get from a thrift store? I don't know. I pretty much get everything I have from a thrift store. So today we are going to St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. It's actually one of my favorite thrift stores, and I just love it. So we're gonna do that, and I'm actually gonna pause the camera, I think, just that way you're not like hearing it rustle around and go through the parking lot, but it's going to be tons of fun. We're going to find lots of, that's probably in your way, huh? We're going to find lots of treasures, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited that you're coming with me. So come on, let's go thrifting, because we're thrifty P31. Okay, everyone, so we are going to St. Vincent de Paul today, and we're going to experience thrift shopping. Because we are thrifty Proverbs 31 women. Okay, so for y'all who have never been to a thrift store, normally if you go to the front of one, they have their discounts and their specials for the day. So I know Goodwill does it. I know St. Vincent de Paul does it. When you come over behind the counters, normally you'll find maybe name brand items, like I see some Coach purses, a Prada, that's probably a knockoff, but normally they have the name brand items normally are behind the counter. Now it depends on what you want to find when you go thrifting. Normally I go, well right now I'm going to the coats. You can find some really awesome deals. Like right here is an awesome coat. It is from Proportion. Super cute. $14.99. It's just an awesome coat. We're gonna hang on to that guy. So they have just nice coats that you can choose from. Let's see, what is this? Karen Sport, Craft and Borrow. That's actually a very cute sweater. And I think it's like $2 or $3. It's very inexpensive. They run awesome deals. And sometimes if you dig, you can find some really awesome stuff. That's Ruby Red. It's a pretty name brand, pretty high-end name brand. Let's see, what is this? It's like a leather. But as you can see, their prices are very reasonable. And a lot more reasonable than you would find, say, if you went to a department store or you went to like a JCPenney's or something like that. Let's look at puffer vests, because currently those are one of my favorite things, is the puffer or the puffy vest. Let's see what they have. Sometimes, like right here, perfect example. As you can see, it's from the Gap. It's brand new. It has a Gap tag on it, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what it looks like is, here, let me scoot that over. What it looks like, perfect, brand new with tags for $8.99. Let's see what the price was. Oh, well, it says $1.99 at Gap. But originally it was $29.99. So what happens is local stores, Target I know does it a lot with Goodwill. Local stores, if they can't sell a product, they'll take the remaining inventory and they'll donate it to a thrift store, most of the time Goodwill, and they'll get a tax write-off for it. What that means for you is when you go to a thrift store, you can find brand new, never been worn, tags still attached items for very inexpensive, which is awesome. So just keep that in mind when you are thrifting, that a lot of times you can find some really great items that have never been worn and that still have tags attached, which is awesome. Oh wow, that's really cute. Right here, tag still attached, Forever 21 dress, $8.99, originally $24.80. Look how absolutely precious that dress is. So precious. We're gonna hold on to that because I want to show you it in a second. No, thank you. We just saw the Gap, and there is another ruby red jacket. So see, you can find all kinds of name brand items. You just sometimes have to dig for them or look for them. Let's see, what is that? 3 hearts. Thrifting can be a lot of fun if you have fun doing it. See, this is $9.99. Still has the tags on it. Brand new, never been worn. It's an awesome choice. That's another cute choice. See, there's so much. You just have to get out of the thinking that you can only find nice stuff on department stores or brand new items, because what happens then is you end up spending so much money for something you could have got at a fraction of the cost. That's still cute, still name brand. You're still gonna look absolutely fabulous in it. You're just gonna pay a lot less than, say, if you were going to go to, I just keep saying JCPenney's, but if you were going to go to Macy's or JCPenney's or one of my favorite stores, which is Anthropologie. You go into their store, and I love it. It's one of my favorites, but you pretty much can't buy anything under $50. You come here, you can buy like 20 outfits for $50, which is really awesome. Okay, so here's another option. If you need glasses or maybe some holiday Tupperware or serving dishes, another great place to find that is a thrift store. Oh, look at those cups. Those are gorgeous. You can find things at a thrift store for like 50 cents, 25 cents, and what you want to make sure that you do, like right there, 50 cents for a glass, cheaper than even Dollar Tree. What you want to make sure that you do when you do go to a thrift store is that you clean every item that you get extremely well. Put it in the dishwasher. If you don't have a dishwasher, wash it by hand 2 or 3 times just to make sure that it's nice and clean and sterilized for your family or for you to use. That's another option. They have awesome stuff, and a lot of times you can find some really cool, maybe unique pieces that you wouldn't otherwise find anywhere else. And even here, like that's basically a whole set of coffee mugs for 50 cents each. I mean, you cannot beat that. Not even at like Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, places like that. Like you just can't beat it. Look at that. That M mug is adorable. How much is it? Let's see. Oh, it says Mom. Oh, that's even cuter. It looks like 69 cents for a super cute little mom mug. See, there's endless possibilities when you go thrifting. You just have to look, and sometimes you also have to dig because sometimes things are hiding. But look at that. What is this? Bread mold. That's pretty cool. What else do they have? Keep America Singing. Oh, that's a cute little trivet. Hot plate you can put stuff on. It's just really cute. Sometimes you have to dig, but most of the time you can find some really awesome treasures at your local thrift store just by digging a little and being a little creative. Here's more mugs. Super cute. That is a very popular mug. I know a lot of thrifters really enjoy that. What are some other things? This looks like Pyrex almost. Fondue makers. I mean, just there's endless possibilities when you go thrifting that you could just find items that you wouldn't normally find anywhere else. It's pretty awesome. Hi guys. Okay, so we are in a thrift store, and I wanted to take myself in a thrift store just so that everybody who hasn't been to a thrift store can see what they're like. Okay, so normally when I go to a thrift store, the first place I go, well, now that I live in Ohio, is I go to the sweaters. You can always find some really funky, awesome sweaters for very inexpensive. I'm just gonna look at a couple right here. How festive is that? And it's, I think, like $3. So it's really awesome. But what I want to look at is for some really awesome colors. That's really loud. I apologize for that. Okay, so here's an awesome green sweater. When you're looking for sweaters, when you're thrifting, you want to make sure there's no piling. That means the little balls of cotton that sometimes get on the sweaters. And you also want to make sure that there's no holes in the armpits. That's the #1 place that you can get holes. So once you check those 2 things, you can be sure that you're buying, you know, a nice purchase. This is St. John's Bay for $3. Super cool. Let's look for something else. Cute, right? With some leggings and some boots. Perfect little Christmas party or ugly sweater if you don't like it. This one is Lulu. And sometimes, I mean, you're not going to find things right off the bat. You're going to have to dig for them sometimes. So don't be afraid to just dig in and find some awesome sweaters or whatever item you're looking for. This is New York & Company. Also, I think it's $3 or $4. Last time I was here, they had a ton of Abercrombie, Hollister, all kinds of really awesome brands. And that's another thing. Sometimes if you go, it's hit or miss, where you'll find a lot or you won't find a lot. But just keep going and just be patient to find really awesome things, because looking good doesn't have to spend a ton of money. Or it doesn't mean that you have to spend a ton of money just to look nice. This is an Izod sweater. Izod sweaters normally go for about $30 to $40, and this right now looks brand new and is only $5. This is a Ralph Lauren sweater, also $5. looking at sweaters, but I did want to show you that I found this awesome trench coat for $4. It's a size small, doesn't look like there's holes, gorgeous silk lining for $5, or $4 or $5, one of the two. That's cute. And then also this awesome little dress, still has tags attached. The dress is $8.99. The tag from Forever 21 says $24. So you're saving about $16, $17 just by coming to a thrift store. It's not damaged, it's in perfect condition with the tags attached, and you're saving a ton of money just because you decided to go thrifting instead of going to the mall. You still look great, but you spend a lot less. And then last but not least, one of my favorites that I found today is this awesome, awesome jacket. It looks like, let's see what it's made out of. Well, it's in Chinese, so you can't see what it's made of. But it feels like it's cashmere or wool. It's really, really, really nice. Really heavy. So if you wanted to, oh, and it's $14.99. So cheap. You cannot find this at a department store, JCPenney's, for probably under $200. This is really, really nice, and it's very soft. So what you have is, for $20, you can have this cute dress with this awesome jacket to cover it up, or if you don't live in, say, Cincinnati and you live in Florida and you want maybe a raincoat, you have this awesome option for $15. You have this awesome dress and jacket, which probably in a department store would cost you hundreds of dollars to have this jacket, let alone this $30 dress. So that's an awesome option for dressing for less. Hi everybody. Okay, so I just got back home from thrifting. I found a lot of great stuff. They had 50% off sweaters today, so I was super excited about that. The other day I was actually in Macy's, and this exact sweater was $79.99, and I wanted it really bad, but I was not gonna pay $80 for one sweater. And I just figured, oh, I'll find it thrifting. Well, guess what? Today I found it thrifting, and it was $6. You guessed it, that is $73 cheaper than it was in Macy's, and it's practically brand new. Okay, so when you get home from your day of thrifting, I hope you find a ton of stuff for a great deal. Of course, we want to be thrifty P31s. The first thing you want to do when you get home is you want to cut the tags off, which I've already done. You want to cut the tags off of the label. This is actually Ralph Lauren, by the way, for $6. But you want to cut the tags off because you don't want any paper or anything in your wash. But you want to immediately, as soon as you get home, put your item in the washing machine. You do not want to put it in your closet. You do not want to put it on. You don't want to put it on your carpet. You don't want to put it anywhere. You want to put it into your washing machine, of course with detergent, because you want it to be clean. You don't want, maybe there's perfumes from the previous owner if it was pre-owned, or maybe there's cat dander or dog hair, and if you have allergies, that could be very, very bad. And you don't know if it was washed before. You don't know if somebody wore it and they just donated it. So you want to make sure, number one, when you get home, you put it in your washing machine, and of course you run a cycle, and if you want to wash it twice, I will put it on the delicate cycle just to make sure that you don't ruin it. So I put it on the delicate cycle, and I might do it twice just to make sure that it's extra clean. Okay, so that's this episode of being a thrifty P31. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you're encouraged to go out and thrift and not spend a ton of money at a department store on something that you're gonna wear and you're gonna stick it in the closet. I hope you wear it a lot, but if you don't want to waste a ton of money. Our next video will be coming up next week. If there's any kind of topics that you guys want me to talk about or dig in the Bible about, just shoot me an email at InnerBeauty101@hotmail.com, and I can just address any kind of video, any question you have. I'd love to meet you and help you and encourage you in any way that I can. I love you, and I'll see you next time.